Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fabulous Tuesday. It is a hot, capital H, hot week in Flesh and Blood, or hot couple of weeks. If you're otherwise unaware, the second Pro Tour is not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm leaving this coming weekend to go over
It's in France.
Europe to adjust to the time zones prior to the tournament. That's the only reason I'm going early, I swear.
Is that the only reason?
No, I'm lying.
It's a genuine vacation.
Yeah, with the big old tournament right in the middle.
Yeah.
But other than that, some important things have happened. One,
What's up, Ty?
first thing that has happened is the formats for the World Championship later this year have been announced.
Yeah. So we're you're doing a little round table and flesh. I'm glad you're doing this because it's been a long time since I've concerned myself with any of the nuts and bolts of this whole system that you guys are so locked into. It's unbelievable.
The OP system.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me more. So last I checked, I was in Edmond drafting and having a great time with the new set.
Yeah.
Things that have happened since then, as you just said, Worlds has been announced.
Yeah. Prism Gate,
which I'm only roughly
I'll spill all the tea.
Familiar with.
It's Tea Time Tuesday.
Okay. What else you got?
The tea.
What else you got?
And then the Pro Tour is coming up. That's really the three things that have happened.
Pro Tour France.
Like that's the axis upon which we're sitting. So Prism Gate is, I don't know if this is true. It hasn't been fully verified. I know it's true to a point.
People were saying.
Well, what I know is true is that they're on the Living Legend scroll for Star of the Show. Bravo, Star of the Show. Our oldie but a goodie friend with us too shortly. Lists all the players that have added to his Living Legend points, right? He has rotated out. He's become a Living Legend.
Of course.
And on that list includes a person/event that was won by someone who was apparently playing as Prism in that tournament.
So wait a minute. Okay. So that means that wait a minute. So you're saying that Prism should have more points than are reflected?
Right. And Prism, as of our last update, had 998 points out of 1,000, needed a Living Legend. So hypothetically, but what I don't know is just because the name is there doesn't mean the points were counted wrong.
That's quite funny, actually. Let me move your mic a little bit.
And so that's interesting, to say the least. So if Legend Story Studios is going to acknowledge that, fix it, do anything about it, I think...
You can't fix it.
Well, I don't think you can change it for the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
It's just way too close to make that... And that is like a cornerstone piece. If that is pulled from the meta, the entire game, I think, fundamentally
everything absolutely changes, right? Yeah.
So there's that element. Now, they do have, right after the Pro Tour, the next banned suspended Living Legend point happening, like a couple days later. Hypothetically, if they wanted to fix it, they could fix it then, but also it may fix itself if Prism just wins an event. Because this past weekend there was a Battle Hardened in Portland. Viserai won. I actually have that deck built here, just in case we have the interest and time of seeing that. This Viserai is currently being considered kind of the pace setter of the meta.
Okay, and are you pivoting to Viserai today?
Well, I have Fi and Viserai, and I think we have time to explore it all.
Viserai.
In my experience, the games with either of these decks, especially against decks that aren't aggressively trying to slow the pace of the game down.
Like with Ice and Old Man.
They just don't last that long.
Yeah.
But Viserai won, but Prism got second. So people were rooting for Prism, which is cool. Yeah. It's a cool implementation of this Living Legend system where people are suddenly not just cheering on the result of a player at a tournament, but a hero actually winning has an impact on the game.
You know what's crazy about this is that, first of all, the Living Legend is actually proving itself to be a very good system. I'll say it. It's very good. It's creating drama. It's creating interest in the player base. It's something else to track and keep up with, like you were talking about. And it is effectively rotating heroes out of the game. And it doesn't feel terrible. Like, it's not like Prism just got banned. It does feel like a more like, Prism had certainly her time in the sun, as it were. Just can't stop finding ways to win that hero. Seriously. It's like at every turn, new cards come out, new set comes out. It's like, Prism can't. And then it's like, what did they do? They put all the auras in, and then it works still.
Or not. Sometimes they just attack with a lot of big damage and go again.
It's wild. But the LS system is really impressing me.
Yeah.
I think it's quite good.
And I think the fact that they're utilizing it to have Living Legend tournaments at some point
Yeah.
is also really nice because if you invest in the cards needed to play some of these heroes, or if you have a favorite hero, you can kind of. I was talking to. I was on the M&R podcast with Michael and Roger recently.
That's right.
And they were kind of explaining to me in Magic with the older formats, a lot of times you buy into a deck and you can literally just play that deck forever.
Yeah.
In that format. Like some cards might come out that change it, but it's like you can kind of just buy your red deck or whatever
Black
and do your thing.
Lotus and go.
Apparently it's banned. Side note, I don't know. I can't follow all of it. But point being, the Living Legend system is sort of similar, right? Like if you love Prism and she becomes a Living Legend, there will be occasional opportunities for you to use that one deck that you have. We'll see how. I'm excited to see how they do that. But there's Prism Gate. Then the world's formats got announced. And
do you think they fixed it, by the way, the Prism thing? Do you think they fixed it? I mean, in any number of other universes, Prism just didn't win one of the events, and it's fine. Like, do you really think you need to ruffle it up?
I think that they either totally ignore it or they absolutely fix it on this next update.
Okay.
And honestly, with all of the tournaments that actually give Living Legend points at this point, and the amount of paperwork that gets submitted from stores, and that is a system built to have, like, there's got to be some amount of human error flex space.
Yeah, not hyper accurate. We don't know. Maybe a Prism was accidentally attributed a win somewhere else.
Yeah. So, and that's where you also get into this weird. If you do go back and change it, you also have this moment where, hypothetically, let's say the ProQuest earlier this year that I won with Briar. If Briar gets really close, maybe I'm like, oh, actually, I didn't win with Briar. That was actually my Viserai tournament. How can you prove? You know, so like,
True.
You got to be careful with how far and like what evidence is required, and like if a whole group of 20 people at a tournament agree that that's the hero that won. I mean, like, it could get deep, man.
All right.
Because I'll tell you, Prism rotating out totally changes the game. Like if Prism doesn't
100%.
Right now, if Prism doesn't exist, the prep for and the choices of decks going into Pro Tour, unbelievably different.
Everybody's always said that about Prism. What is the for? Hello, everybody. By the way,
we got right in.
Zach and I just kind of got right into it. Glad to see you out there. Everything sound okay? Everything look okay? Hope so.
Sound isn't working the whole time.
Did some slight changes the other day.
You were working last night late to do that stuff. I came around the corner and you were just messing with stuff.
Old Darth Prentice over there sent us a comment, very nice comment. Was looking at the mic setup. He's a sound engineer and had some tips, and so I was trying to implement those tips. But I'm also a little bit limited by the mic stands that we have currently, so don't know if it would make an impact. But yes, hello to everybody. We're glad to see you, and welcome to a thrilling discussion about the meta, which we're going to look at for a second, and then we're going to play some Bolton.
Be the eyes.
Don't get ready for anything revolutionary. There are some weird ideas.
What up, Michael?
I'm going to test the first of those weird ideas here, and it's just going to get steamrolled, and then I'll play like a standard Combo-Boltyn and just kind of see where the pace is for the combo decks, for the Bolton decks right now. Fine, Viserai, you can play anything you want really at this point. Is Viserai faster or slower than the last time I saw him?
Slower.
Slower with Skeleton obviously makes it slower, right?
It does make it a little more challenging, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's what's cool with Chain and Star of the Show going away. The last CC meta you were a part of had them in it. Mm-hmm. And while I think Viserai and Phi are on a similar-ish pace in terms of how fast they end the game, it is still slower.
Not crazy.
And less. Like, you still got to play your cards against Viserai. It's crazy.
Is this the best CC format you've been a part of?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
I think most people think that is true.
Hold on, let me ask that again. Is this the best CC format you've ever been a part of?
Absolutely. Yeah, okay. One word answer.
We marked
it. Mark me. I don't think there's so much going on. Getting it perfect is always, it's a moving target, right? But the Living Legend system definitely helps. Chain and Star of the Show being gone is...
Yeah, it's great. It seems like net positive. Mm-hmm. Anyway, as you were saying, so Prism would absolutely change the meta if she goes away. Yeah,
how they handle it, I don't know. I don't know. It's just we haven't run into this situation before. It's also particularly, this is the first hero that just barely almost went. Mm-hmm. Every other hero was like, it's clear. You can get. Well,
Star of the Show was pretty had that moment of like, I don't know. Like it was at like 980 or something before.
Yeah, but it wasn't like one tournament's worth.
Yeah.
Like margin of error worth, and then
Sure.
he immediately he got one more season and he went up to 1400. Like it wasn't. You could report half the tournaments wrong and he'd still be out of here. Which is what's funny to me is
What
he
a
just
fever dream of a hero design.
he'd lapped like 8 heroes. So if you take away 1,000 points, he still got more points than a lot of the heroes, which is a miracle. Anyways, that said, Prism could easily win Pro Tour or the calling in France. There's also a Singapore calling coming this weekend with the battle hardened. So hypothetically, the cleanest thing is she just wins something and then rides off into the sunset. And you don't have to worry about it, right? You don't have to even talk about it. You just let it happen.
Do you feel good about your Prism matchup? Who are you taking to Lille anyway? Is that secret information? Also, I want to shout out Chris J here. Sounds good, looks good to even my one bleary eye. My daughter brought pink eye home from day camp. Gross, but I get to watch TC talk FAB while I make pancakes for lunch, and it beats working.
That sounds like a pretty good
So cheers to
setup.
that. Pink eye, for the win.
I'm most likely playing Briar.
Well,
But I'll say this.
if I'd had a dartboard and every one of the entries said, what is Zach playing?
Briar?
It would be Briar.
Dunk. So the crazy thing about this meta, and I might be biased. You actually it's the best meta I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
I actually, in prepping for the Pro Tour, believe that Briar, Viserai, and Bravo, all valid choices, which are my 3 favorite heroes.
That's nice.
Which is crazy to have 3 heroes. And I think most heroes are actually a valid choice at this point. Most.
Yeah, okay. Who falls out of the most box, you think?
Well, did you see that? Another big thing that happened. Did you see that Shiana scored Living Legend points before Azalea?
No way. Somebody won a CC event with Shiana?
No, they won a skirmish event.
Oh.
So it technically counts.
Well, Shiana in skirmish is great, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
No stubby hammers anymore, so good luck with the combo.
Wait, was that Blitz? It was Blitz, right? She's Blitz only?
Yeah.
Or not, I guess
You
not
can
Blitz
play
only.
constructed,
You can
yeah.
play.
Yeah, someday.
I mean, that is just waiting to be blown open. Though.
Always. Yeah.
At some point, it's going to break.
Since a couple sets ago, the specializations have been weirdly specific, and probably for that exact reason.
Yeah, they kind of box themselves in, and they.
It's like Force of Nature. You have to have Earth Fusion to trigger the. It still gets the ability, but like, kind of specific. Anyways, you go down the list of Levia's specialization is not really useful. Yeah. All that to say, I feel like no deck has, and I could be wrong. This might be what wins the Pro Tour, but I don't feel like any hero has no bad matchups.
Right.
But that's also, if Prism is gone, Guardian is already good and playable with a match that is almost a guaranteed loss into Prism. So if Prism was gone, we're going to enter the Age of the Guardian. So watch out.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah. My hope is that there are decks out there that people figure out that just dunk on Guardian.
Yeah.
That aren't Prism.
But man, I mean, they're just so fundamentally doing the game. They're so
Guardian?
fundamentally doing the game.
Yeah, they're blocking and attacking efficiently and well.
The numbers are crazy.
Yeah, and they've got the armor and they got the best weapons, and it's just...
Yeah, best weapons, best armor, best effects.
Yeah. I'm going to be happy for there to be a phase where people aren't, like, the issue is not Runeblade.
Oh, dude, Oldhim is going to be
devastating.
Number 1, disgusting. There's going to be a phase of the game called the Oldhim phase, and we're all going to look back
in a year
and say, man, can you believe that we went through that?
I will say it. I say this all the time. I think Oldhim's worst enemy is time, which is ironic because he's the grandfather of eternity. But actually playing him in a tournament and
talk to Hamilton about that. He seems to get by just fine.
In a Lightning Briar meta, that was true because they move quick and lose quick. But if you're really trying to grind it out and find a way around it, it gets thick. Anyways, the other thing, what did I want to mention? You wanted to mention the metagame. Oh, the Worlds thing. The Worlds formats. So I'm going on a panel, you kind of mentioned this, on Flake's channel tonight. I'm recording that. I think it's supposed to be up on Thursday. So I don't necessarily want to spend too much time dissecting that. What are you talking about? The Worlds formats. Oh, okay. They announced. Cool. TLDR, they announced in the past week the formats for Worlds for the first time. Yeah. 2 days, 8 rounds each. They're just asking people to get upset about it. 3 rounds of draft at the beginning. Day 1, the 5 rounds after draft are Classic Constructed. Day 2, the 5 rounds after the draft are Blitz. And if you've been following our streams for a while, I think we're pretty positive people, generally, somewhat optimistic. But
Speaks for himself.
If we're negative about anything in FAB, Blitz has been it for a long time. So that was an unexpected decision. There was a lot of people talking about Twitter and then Discord, etc.
I just love it because it's going to be the final rounds of the tournament. People have been grinding for a day and a half, 2 days total, effectively. Everybody's nervous. Everybody's on the line. Everybody's fighting for their slot.
It's right? Blitz time.
And then it's just 3 rounds of Blitz.
5 rounds.
5 rounds of Blitz.
But wait, there's more. Oh man.
Why do you I can't are we can't get into this? Who's on the panel?
So I can definitely we can get into it a little bit. So the panel, as far as I know, someone's saying lag and we're back. The panel includes me, Tariq Patel, Flake, of course, David Rood, and then the other guest is Logan, and I don't know the last name of Logan, but essentially prominent players, except me.
I didn't think Tariq had any credibility left after the flick flack snipper brag.
Brick-a-brack? No. Knick-knack, bric-a-brac. There it is. Woo! I was struggling for that. Someone's saying press M to bring a meta break down. Okay, you got that now.
Yeah, we're good.
Anyways, to talk about it, there have been some very strong opinions. And emotions ran high, and the commentary was intense. The Twitter for FabTCG is one of the best places on earth. Lots of positivity, a lot of people excited about the game, and this was like intense for a minute. It's cooled down.
Yeah, so everybody was worked up, as they do on the internet, and just in general. I mean, it's just emotions ran high. I don't know. Maybe I can just like enjoy it because I'm not tied to it. But it would be very frustrating, I suppose, if I was taking it very seriously, and then it does feel like hey, this doesn't really matter that much. 5 rounds of Blitz to finish it off. Let's go. Like it seems unnecessary. Like, why even do it?
Yeah, and I mean, beyond how much people care about it or how seriously they're taking it. It is a tournament with $300,000 on the line. So that's real for people, you know. I think the biggest I have a lot to say about the format and whether or not it should be, and you know, it kind of comes back to like, what is the goal of the World Championship?
Right. Well, I suppose it's not terribly obfuscated. The goal of the World Championship is to crown a world champion.
And yeah, but why do you do that, right? Let's ask the 3 whys.
Best player in the world.
So I think a lot of the World Championship is, and even the whole organized play system, you're obviously giving some set of players something to aspire to. I know a ton of players that are never going to travel to nationals or pro tours or grind every day to try to figure this thing out. So that is
I know a few.
One way people engage in this game, right? But then, to me, as a publisher, I think a huge part of organized play in general is the promotional aspect of it. So you have a big crowning event, you have a big gathering of excitement, you have streams going all weekend, you get to see high-level play, like you're watching, you know, it's like watching NFL games. It's like, this is the best players in the world doing this thing. And so, but that's like question 1, right?
Those Blitz games will be exciting.
Potentially.
But if we can, let's just, for a second, just revisit the reality of Blitz, which is that it is not a problematic format at all. I mean, it's a great format. You use less cards. The games are faster. It's a half-health version of Constructed. Classic Constructed without a sideboard.
Yeah.
That's the whole format.
Half health, no sideboard.
Yeah, half health, no sideboard version of Constructed.
Mm-hmm.
Ratios are the same. Combos are the same, etc. So one might argue that given the reality of same ratios, less health, that there is just simply less game to play, which makes it a spikier format.
Yeah, because there's not more variance in the game. The game is the same game.
Right.
It's just there's less health to account for the variance that is in the game.
Right, and there are some heroes, Bolton being a good example, although not exactly a Blitz champion currently. But your double Lumina combo is built to do a certain amount of damage over the course of the game. And when you do that in CC, you gain a significant advantage. When you do it in Blitz, you win the game.
You win the game.
Right. So there's just certain balancing points on the way that all these cards are designed are, in my view, assuming that some of the bigger moments can happen without being game ending. And in Blitz, they can very easily be game ending. And so you just have less game to play, which means are you selecting as much for skill as you would in a longer form CC format?
Yeah. And
the sideboard too.
I think one of the realities, because you're at half health, right? And because the power of where the game is at right now, I think even from a spectator perspective, like those games could be interesting. They could be very different.
It might be super exciting.
You might get to see heroes that you won't ever see in constructed right now. Like more Kanos are gonna be there.
Oh yeah,
I'll put my money on that one.
For the reason we should ask, though,
because he can win on turn 1 without any interaction whatsoever. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's like not exactly exciting.
Turn 0, actually. Yeah. Hypothetically.
I've seen it happen.
Things have to go right.
I've done it.
Opponent draws 4 reds, even if they're on AB4. And then all of a sudden, I mean, one thing leads to another. Waboom. You know what I mean? Anyways, so the reality for me, though, is that, I've seen a lot of conversations going and kind of a TLDR, and I'll dive into this fully on the Flake stuff. But effectively, there are a number of games where very quickly your opponent can have you on lethal damage.
Right.
And even with the deck like Fi, like once you're at 15 health, there is probably almost no 4-card hand in a Fi deck that can't threaten lethal.
Yeah.
So when that happens, in constructed normally, you could like block half of that, take some amount of damage, and then send something back that is threatening and has some hit effect and will slow them down. And even heroes like Viserai and Briar, that 4th and 5th card are super valuable. So even if they half block you and take some damage and then send something that prevents you from having another 5-card hand, you can then slow them down enough that your half block again means you take no damage and you keep threatening. So like people can play mid-range in that case. But anyways, when you're on lethal,
You can play it.
is when the game changes in a standard game of FAB. And Blitz kind of starts you almost there. Like for Kano, lethal potential is when you're at 28 or less. It's like one of the key numbers.
Yeah.
And so you start at 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Could lose at any point.
Copper saying you offer at Kano lost his big tools in Blitz. Was there a recent ban or something?
Big-ish tools.
Did he lose?
I think he lost a couple cards. But
were they the ones that mattered?
It's not Wildfire.
Okay, well then it doesn't matter.
It wasn't his boots.
You know what I mean? Do anything you want.
It wasn't all the blue cards.
As long as you got the +X modifier
it
card.
Wasn't Lessons of Lava, and it wasn't what's the 0 cost Blaze?
Blazing Aether?
Blazing Aether.
Okay, well he's fine then. Yeah.
So anyway, because of that, I think it's very possible. We'll see. But on stream, you're just gonna have several games where someone's blocking the whole time.
Yeah.
And then they take 3 or 4 damage, block, take 3 or 4 damage, block, take 3 or 4 damage, then they lose.
Yeah.
And you don't ever have like the pivot moments.
Yeah.
So I just don't enjoy the format. And you're like, it's not even like the same game.
Yeah.
It's like starting out at the halfway plus or further point of a game. And then they're just hands. Like, I mean, I have them with Briar. Sometimes she does some of the most unfair things in the world. But you get a heroic with the Force of Nature going, and your opponent just can't stop the chain, and all of a sudden the game's over.
Yeah.
Rhino, same way, right?
Yeah.
It's like triple and quadruple intimidate, swing for 18 or whatever he does.
Yeah.
So that said, one thing I want to mention, it's a world championship, right? It's the last 5 rounds of worlds. So
It's so great.
So
What's that, Pete?
The reality for me is that in general, even in Blitz, I think if my play skill is, let's say I'm, I don't know, Michael Hamilton.
Yeah.
One of the, I think undisputably one of the best players in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say his rating out of 100 on like a Madden scale, right? You know, hey, points that a player has on the ratings or NBA Live or whatever.
Sure.
Is like a 98.
Yeah.
And let's say most players at the Pro Tour are 90 to 95. So the reason Michael wins more is because he's 3 to 8% better.
A little bit better. Yeah.
So in a Blitz game, any of the 90 to 98 players, if they're playing someone that's ranked 75 on their scale, even in Blitz, I think you win most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it's not that skill doesn't matter, but the biggest point for me is that when the gap in the last 5 rounds of Worlds, which should be pretty tight, is a 96 player and a 94 player, the 96 player has half as much time to leverage the 2% better that they are,
Right.
and the 2% more consistent that they are at being good at the game.
I'm operating the every turn after turn after turn.
And they
after
have
turn,
the removal of the choice of the sideboard, which is another piece of this game. What deck are you bringing? How are you sideboarding? How are you playing certain matchups? You're locked into a very specific pattern. If you're playing Kasai at Vegas, so like, and Oldham was really bad for you.
Kano was impossible.
There it is, Kano.
Yeah, we knew going in Kano was impossible. It's like literally going into that tournament is like, as long as I don't get paired against Kano over and over again, it'll be fine.
Yeah, and then you saw a lot of Kano.
And then you get paired against Kano a bunch. Yeah.
And that's not like, Guardians have a really tough time in Prism in that same way. But you at least in any of those cases in Constructed have a sideboard.
You can at least give yourself an idea that you might win.
Yeah, right? you might have usually you use a sideboard to have a plan to mitigate the downside of some of your worst situations. So anyways, that's all that does to me. So when I say, which I'll talk about this a lot on the Flake thing, because when you get to that moment and the play skill gap is so tight, the difference point in a game gets very minute. And so when you have moments where a player may literally never get to do anything but block, or might die on turn 0 or 1 or 2, just nothing to stop it. As a player, that's not very rewarding. Like, that's not the game that you're looking like. Last 5 rounds of Worlds should be even if you don't make the top 8, that should be like the pinnacle of play.
Yeah.
So as a player, like, I'm so grateful. Like, we get a $300,000 OP tournament that we get to play in. Like,
you can't hate it.
It's the best organized play support structure I've seen from a publisher that I've ever participated in. So, like, I don't want to not be grateful for the reality that's that. But it does feel like the combination of things. Blitz originally was announced, and the description of it was like, this is a local, casual, focused format. In the U.S., at least, we've had one calling that had Blitz. Was a team calling. The world premiere felt a little more casual than a standard calling. And then 12 weeks before the event, it's actually as relevant to the World Championship as Constructed. And there's a lot of reasons, like James hopped back on Twitter to post some of them.
Are there reasons?
So essentially he was saying that over the past 18 months, it went from a casual format to it's the most played format in organized play. And they had a team of devs playing in the Australian world premiere. And there were 3 of them. And they, as a collective, they went 30-6 as a Blitz team. And they've seen that same weekend, like Tyler, who won, or Pablo, who won the Pro Tour, his team won in Europe at the premiere or whatever. So, like,
because everyone wants to be on the team of the freaking champion, so you get the best 3 players.
Well, so
where is that a revelation?
So basically, people were originally saying there's more variance in Blitz, which I think is the wrong argument. I think there's less time to mitigate the variance is what is actually happening in Blitz, and that's just fact. You have half the life, like same cards. Anyways, point was that they think good players still win most of the Blitz games. It's the most played format in.
I think it still selects for skill in the same way.
They think that it is the most played format in the game. So it's really good to see the highest level players showing what the highest level of that looks like.
Which makes total sense.
And they, what was the third?
But like that also isn't exactly relevant. Like the Magic World Championship probably doesn't have a commander section for their constructed environment, right? Like just because it's the most played format, casual and new player format should be the most played formats in your entire game if you're doing it right.
That's the counterpoint.
Right, okay. Well, I'm glad people...
For everyone else, which is just because it's the most played doesn't mean that that's the most popular or preferred. It just means, as an example, a lot of people are saying the reason my store does Blitz is because Armory nights are on Tuesday. The rounds take half as long.
Right.
It's an weeknight evening. And also, the number of rounds we get in allows us to get more XP from our events because you get 3 XP from winning a game no matter what the format is, so you have half the time.
There's always a good reason. It comes back to the XP.
And so it's like, So all that to say, I think the biggest thing here, and we've seen this over and over again, and it's on the one hand, very grateful any of this stuff exists in the first place. Like, and that Legend Story is listening and trying and ultimately doing a very good job of what's happening. The biggest thing that they're not doing is communicating in advance. So, like, as a player who has been pursuing, like,
it's 12 weeks ahead of time, isn't it?
So, like, I went to Road to Nationals last August, about a year ago. So I'm about 12 months into this journey. And I made a lot of decisions about going to certain events. One, because I want to go. But also, part of it is attempts to get my ELO high enough to qualify for Worlds or to earn a PTI to play in Worlds.
There's a whole thing out there, isn't there?
So there's this whole infrastructure, right, that people have been participating in.
How many people are doing that? Really, honestly? 200?
Well, I mean...
serious people, you know, that care enough, that even know their ELO right now. Number of people even know their ELO right now and are trying to get it raised enough and are strategically attending things. What is that, 100 people, 200?
It's more than that.
500?
It's probably 400 or 500.
What is going on?
But they also announced how you qualify for Worlds. So it's top 50 ELO for limited, top 50 ELO for constructed, top 50 lifetime XP, top 50 90-day XP, and anyone that wants to spend a PTI.
Okay.
So in all the stuff, even the Pro Quest, right, the winner qualifies for the Pro Tour, or even better, all the Battle Hardens, top 2 get a PTI now.
Yeah.
So you go to an event, part of getting a PTI, for me, like when I won mine last year, it's like, all right, great, I can play in the World Championship. Like, that's what that PTI is for.
Okay, that's what that is. That's what that feels like there.
But for me, at least, as a player, my expectation was that Blitz would never be a relevant format.
All right, so what would that have changed, though? What would you have done differently?
Well, a few things. One, I'd have, like, if knowing now we have a template. Like, maybe this is what you expect in a World Championship. But it's like, I don't enjoy Blitz. So
really?
am I willing to...
So you don't go to Worlds?
Well, if it's... In this case, the example is, if I don't qualify from ELO, am I willing to spend my PTI on this event?
Oh, interesting. Okay, I understand that.
Because...
It's like a secondary currency.
Now I feel like when you're in the 5 rounds of Blitz, you're just kind of rolling a die. Like, and again, I know there's skill involved, but when player gaps are so small and you create so many moments where you don't have... If a good player just doesn't do something dumb, they can create a scenario where you just have to block the whole time.
Yeah.
And they'll probably run a deck that can consistently do that. And sometimes they will falter.
Yeah.
But when I'm just kind of like, I hope they make a mistake situation, or I hope I get the die
roll
roll
really
in my
bad
favor.
Draw, or Kano doesn't draw into his X, Y, or Z. Yeah.
Which happens.
Which happens in all the formats.
I'm not saying skill is not involved, but when the play skill is so tight, which I expect it to be at that moment.
You're just saying that the Blitz isn't your jam, so you might not spend a PTI going to an event that has Blitz involved in a very meaningful way.
Yeah. And...
Which is fair.
The other thing is, like...
That's good feedback. They'll get that feedback.
General expectation is...
Don't go.
I know there have been... It is a somewhat different format, right? We were testing it for Vegas, and it's very different.
It's very different.
And so there's a lot of players that have been playing Blitz the whole time because they go to local armories, or they have the skirmish season, or they... Like, I always opted for sealed or draft at those choices, right? It's like, I'm going to do this thing because I enjoy it more.
Right.
So, yeah, we are 12 weeks out, which is better than not 12 weeks. But from last August, there was no expectation that Blitz would be a part of this ecosystem at all.
What if it was 3 rounds of Blitz right there in the middle, or at the end of day 1, and it counted for like 1 point, like 1 match? All 3 combined was the same weight as 1 match of the rest of the CC rounds.
There's a lot of ways that it would be more better. The other thing that is known, this is another point in favor of it, is that...
What is Blitz? I just want to know what they... It just feels like it started at the pandemic. Like, it came out of nowhere as a great format if you don't have access to all the cards that you need, which was the case during those early days. It's like, great, yeah, this is wonderful. But it's like, it's weird because you have Commoner, which seems to fill the role of, you know, new limited collection, fast games, but nothing terribly busted and crazy, which seems like an awesome format to start promoting. But then you got Blitz, then you got CC. And so I've always had trouble kind of appreciating what it was outside of just fast constructed, which I guess is what it is. It's turbo CC. Is that what it is? Ultimately, it's turbo CC?
I think so.
I guess it can't be called classic. Turbo C TC. That's us. Turbo constructed.
It is us. Yeah, I don't know. As a player, I have little experience with both formats, but I think I would rather be a commoner.
Yeah. Now that would be interesting. The last 5 rounds, commoner.
That's crazy.
That gets wild.
It's a player's game. It's not a collector's game. You can play with commoners. Like, so I don't know. Just from a personal perspective,
I'll have to tune in.
I don't enjoy Blitz, so of course I don't like the announcement. It's like I would rather not be the case. It's also the kind of thing where if it comes down to the last couple rounds, and you have a couple games in a row where like you just need to win one, but you genuinely feel like there was nothing you could do to win that game. In a game that I feel like is so rewarding for skill and like at the Pro Tour 1, any loss I had, I feel like there were things in those games that I could have possibly done different. Could have chosen a different hero too.
Yeah.
But in Blitz, sometimes it's like it really doesn't matter what you're on or how you're on it.
Yeah.
Here you are.
You know what's interesting is I just don't. The easy way for me to appreciate this is like there's none of those 5 Blitz rounds are going to be like the chain game that we saw in the finals of the first Pro Tour, which was incredible.
Yeah.
And twists and turns and just like I can't believe he's going to be able to pull this out, and then suddenly these things start shifting and this pivot is happening, and it's like
big moments. Yeah,
you need time for those kinds of things to develop, for your board state, for your game plan to start to come to fruition and put you across the finish line at the end. So I feel that. I mean, I think there are more, but I don't know if they're more exciting for your general audience. You know what I mean? Like seeing some Kaio roll and do 28 damage or something is pretty exciting, I guess, spectator-wise.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you know, like maybe that's the whole thing.
KO is another. I mean, I mean, you know.
Let's look at the meta.
Yeah. Final piece on that. What was I gonna say? I lost it. I think you got me on KO, and now my brain is just like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, we're already on the meta here.
What we got
for Blitz. Let's look at this. Is what we've got from Road to Nationals 2022. So just this kind of a state of the situation. First of all, look at that pie chart.
It is very.
Isn't that beautiful?
Even. What's the 15% here?
15.4. Down there at the bottom right?
Yeah, who is that?
I think that's Phi. I think that's Rising Rebellion.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the colors are all very close because there's like a billion heroes.
Yeah, that's right. I've been there on the old spreadsheet, yeah.
So Phi obviously doing it. But look at, I mean, all I have to say about this is wow.
Briar's 10%. Looks like Prism is 9 or 10%.
It's just kind of wide open, man. It's absolutely wide open.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? What do you make of that?
So
it feels like that, right?
This is pre-Stubby Hammers. But even back, like during the season, that version of Phi was really not common. Like it wasn't like that was all over the place. This is how it feels. Yeah. And the percentages might be different, but like it does feel like
even the slivers can go find one. You know.
Now this is overall. Do we have like the top 8 breakdown?
And this is all we've got, I think. Overall, this is just kind of getting a feel for where people are.
Brent's saying bring it back up. Did it go away?
Did it go away? Oh, yeah, we'll bring it back up. It's coming back. Should be, yeah. There it is.
Yeah, that's a great sign.
Yeah, I like that. I am more encouraged by this, I think, than it's cool to see a game actually get more diverse in its meta representation over time, because a lot of times those things start to just suck up, you know, they cycle, and then eventually there's one dominating hero, and then there's another hero that beats it that becomes the dominating hero, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so. And I think the Living Legend system combined with the design, like the heroes in the new set are all seemingly very playable, but none of them are Starvo or the set before, which was Briar, or the set before that, which was Chain.
It's actually good flesh and blood. It feels
great.
Crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, Phi, you want to get this on the table?
Oh, sure, man. Yeah. Yeah, sure, man. I'll do it. What's the what do we need to know about Phi over there? What have you learned in your testing?
Phi swing sword.
Which attacks do you block?
Yeah, I'm Bolton.
Well, that's irregardless. Which attacks do you block?
Irregardless.
And so I'm going to be playing the goofiest Bolton you've ever seen, because I had an idea from many months ago that I wanted to at least try.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm with you.
I won't even tell you what it is. I'm not even going to reveal it. You're just going to have to find out as you go.
Yeah, we can do that.
But I do need to know what I'm supposed to block in the matchup.
So
You have a whelming gust wave type thing? What's your...
no.
Is it just like sealed but better?
Yeah. Basically. Mask Momentum gets added.
That seems good.
I also have Mask Momentum, Flamescale Furnace, and Tiger Stripe Shukos. So I have the Armor House. I have 7 armor sitting here.
How do you suppose that happens?
I mean...
Well, I know how. I know the numbers, but how do you suppose it is that somehow ninjas are now more armored than even the scuba suit Azalea herself?
Did you need erase faces?
I will, but not now.
Okay.
Once I switch to the real
So
version
where I
of this
have the
deck,
no-R iterations of some cards
I do
in
too,
here.
I think, actually. All right, so alert, everybody, alert. Particularly if your name is Chaos Theory. We're playing a long-sought dream of this Saber Bolton. Long-sought. It's been a dream for, I dare say, almost a year now, to see if this deck can actually make an impact.
He dared to dream a dream.
Now, I think it's going to lose very badly. But what are we here to do if not to lose? So we got Valiant Dynamo today. We got the Skull Cap. We got Gallantry. I could run the. Are you running the? You got the fancy hat here. Let me Providence.
Oh yeah, I do have it.
Let me do that
for this particular match.
Skull Cap might actually be better for this.
You'd be surprised how often Providence is the way, the truth, and the light.
Yeah, actually, I would not be surprised. In fact. So this is called Grinder Combo-Boltyn, probably unfortunately named. The grand scheme of the world we now live in. But the point is, hey, what if you could have Combo-Boltyn that didn't rely on the combo? You remember we had those conversations 1,000 years ago? Well, now you can technically do that. So let's see how that goes.
We're about to find out. So this is, I was trying to ignore you because you said you wanted to surprise me. You said it was Combo-Boltyn. We back.
This is combo, but it is like I said, it's trying to split the goalposts between the efficient, grindy warrior gameplay and the combo amid it. So we'll see how that goes. Again, I don't think it will go well. That's why nobody's been playing it. And then I've got the cards to swap into a best, an actual version of Combo-Boltyn.
Okay.
Like an actual deck. Which is, it's not that different. You swap out literally 12 cards. It's crazy how tight Bolton is at this point. Yeah. Let me tell you what, it isn't Raiden, though.
Here's my question. While we're playing, we were talking, we were really getting in there on the Prism Gate and the Worlds announcement. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious for everyone watching, whether you're watching this now, in the future, et cetera, what's your take on all this?
Me?
Them.
Oh.
Everyone watching. Or watching later, leave a comment. I'd love to know how everyone else feels. It's also easy to have a personal interest in what something, you know, if I were choosing, I wouldn't have Blitz be a part of Worlds. But I have heard from a decent number of people who are excited about that.
Yeah. Brent correctly saying Boltons I've seen winning use the light helmet to kickstart the combo. That is a way to do it. There's a really good constant questions about Halo, Crown, Skull Cap. Do you want to survive longer? Do you want to get to the combo sooner? Are they the same thing ultimately? You know, like obviously Crown of Providence is going to get you an extra card. It's going to get you closer to your double Lumina. Halo going to give you Soul, which is really important. Deck originally had Halo as the hat, so we might try both. I'm sure we have enough time to figure it out. Alex Becker, I love Raiden so much. Me too, man. That's why we talk about it all the time and never win with it.
Rickard saying Combo-Boltyn feels good against fire. I think that's actually true. Copperbit saying, honestly, I don't mind any of it. No strong feelings. Playtime saying, I'm happy about Blitz. I really enjoy the format. Mr. M saying, Prism, leave her alone. Worlds, it's okay.
Follow up, Playtime TCG. Tell me what you enjoy most about the Blitz format. Make me a believer. And it better not be, because I have enough time to pick up the kids after school.
This is not the World Championship time restriction. One thing I will say, I meant to mention earlier.
Yes, Jimmy can't. Jimmy, you guys are talking about Jimmy Lee. He's so good.
Is in
And Josh Lau, too.
the tournament system, losing late is less relevant.
Is that true?
Yeah, because if you lose early, then your entire strength of schedule is affected, right? So if you lose round 4, every opponent you have after that has lost at least once. So if blitz were early and you like punt 3 of your blitz games, you probably can't, like, your SOS is so damaged by that.
Yeah.
So it being later is also like, there's an element as a player, I might get to that point and it's like, you know what, all the pressure's gone. This is blitz.
Yeah. Maybe.
And it's
Maybe
just
it'll
like,
be fun.
yeah,
Maybe I
well,
want to crack a beer.
Maybe it'll be fun. Yeah. Forget that. There's gonna be no fun happening
Maybe
there.
at some point during the Flesh and Blood tournament, it will be fun.
Yeah. It's like, hey, this is fun and all, but I want to win.
Ryan Borland, I agree with this. The best part about Blitz is it's a format without Steven.
Got him.
Which, as it turns out, is actually CC at this point, too.
So
I'm just trying to sneak into the occasional sealed event at this point.
And I don't mean to say this to spike the ball, right? You know when someone's in the conversation, they like make a statement, just kind of like really cut it.
Just to rub the salt in the wound.
That's not what I'm trying to do here. What I am going to say though is,
so that means what you're about to do, but it's not what you want to be known for.
intent.
Yeah. Okay.
So like, this is just truth. It's not salty, I guess, is the point. If Blitz were the constructed format that existed, I would not play anything but limited on like a competitive level. Like,
It seems maybe you wouldn't play at all.
I think I'd still play limited when I have the chance. But I'd assume like you were posturing, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like if that was
fun, man.
If that was the constructed game, Blitz.
Yeah.
That's how strong my feelings about Blitz are, and that's why I'm not trying to like. But just the reality of
that's
that
a you
experience.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a you thing, not a Blitz thing. That's a Zach thing.
That is the exact thing. Even Steven?
I'm gonna put the deck down here.
wanna hand
We
me-
got a microphone in the shot here. Yes.
Real
Move that,
professional.
right? Yeah, the camera getting smaller every time.
Can't hear me, board. You did zoom it in on the sorcerer one last week, so that's probably what messed you up.
Everything in focus? Everything look good? All right, we're playing Fabrica style, right? You got your sound effects ready?
Nope. Strictly not. Yeah.
You ever do like balance stuff? Like, you working out anymore at all? Or you just eating well?
I'm just eating well at the moment. That was step 1.
Yeah. Next step, handstands.
Eating well takes a certain amount of extra time. Exercising takes a lot of extra time.
Oh, I looked at this already.
But I know. Well, we all know the truth. Even, Steven?
Yeah, whatever's right.
It's even.
Civilian Zero are having their best answer so far. As someone who likes to try lots of different heroes and characters in every game I play, it's easier to put together a bunch of Blitz decks than CC decks.
This is true.
CC is a commitment.
Mm-hmm. You have to have the whole sideboard plan worked out. You have to have a lot more cards.
We should call it committed constructed.
Yeah.
Rather than classic.
But that's a quality of life format thing, not a like actual gameplay difference.
Did I say I'm going first?
You won the roll. I think you should go first and say charge a soul.
Yeah, charge that soul.
Like if you get like a food thing.
Yeah, I won't have a food thing.
Weird.
Man, you can tell that you've never needed to know what Bolton does.
You just block with the non-attacks.
All right, take flight for 3. We're going to charge a card.
I block with an attack. You get +1.
That's right. How's go again?
Block with ancestral empowerment.
Okay, I'll pass.
Okay.
We're fabbing now.
Pock saying they were doing card ratings on stream several weeks ago and they just never turned it off.
There are stars? Why do we have stars? Bryce, can we make sure we don't have stars here?
Did I say like 5 stars and it just pops up?
Oh, maybe it did. Maybe. Well, I guess we can have stars whenever we want.
All right, how do we feel about Blitz at Worlds? 1 star. All right, over to me.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm supposed to be doing, but it is what we are going to be doing. I'm just gonna play a CNC for 6.
That's it?
Give Tokies.
Yeah. That's actually a really good play.
Yeah.
D-react to my arsenal.
Apparently 5 stars showed up. Why are people saying woo?
The robots have taken over officially at this point.
A lot of people saying woo. Woo.
That was the Ric Flair noise, man. Okay, FAB tokens. Where have you gone? My FAB tokens. Got Keyforge. Got the other
Apparently it's the sound effect on 5 stars.
You didn't take them or anything, did you?
No, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Oh, wait. Hold on.
That's a few. Gotta peel them.
Here we go. Got 'em.
Right.
They're in the depths there.
There you go.
Man.
Yeah, a lot of times you put that soul shield in Arsenal. So I just wanted to...
Yeah, I didn't do that, but I effectively
You put Illumina down there?
You're not wrong.
That's what this is for. Block for 2, take 4, send it to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah. No. Send it to the bottom. That's not. Yeah. No, we don't want that. We want it. We like it here.
Flesh and Blood Brothers saying 5-star experience. Oh, I just said that again. It's gonna keep. No, if you keep saying that in your comments, I'll keep reading it. It'll be funny by the end of this thing.
It's just you don't really like. Okay, so this goes, and then we get that. Well, okay, all right. Yeah, all right. I like your plan.
Hey, see?
Defend for 2.
Take 4. That's what that card's
Put this
for.
on the bottom.
I was literally fishing for your crown.
And then what do I got, take 4 there. Easy. Fishing for my crown. Okay. Oof. My Raiden heart says one thing, but my combo heart says another.
Ricker wants to know, what's your best 5-star hotel experience?
This is terrible. Okay, we're gonna go with our combo brain. All right.
Yeah, you can't get in Steven brain
Let's
here.
go V. We'll pitch here to the old. Actually, let's pitch this guy, and then we're gonna charge twice.
Coming in for 5?
Coming in for 5. Yeah.
We will not block. Take 5.
Could give it go again.
Oh, you can.
Not going to. Saving that soul.
You're charging up.
Arsenal.
Goku.
Pass. That's right. Spirit Bomb on the way, baby. Oh, I should have blocked with those dynamos too at some point, I suppose.
That's overrated.
It is way overrated, isn't it? All right, hit me.
Rain asking if I believe the first hero to have 5 intellect is going to be dangerous. Yes. Even Datadol with 3 intellect and kind of drawing a bunch of X cards, if Datadol had 40 health, it would be a different ballgame. Because they have time to make use of their abilities. It's crazy. All right.
Time.
Mounting Anger for 4 with go again.
Is that the hit plus 1 thing?
Oops.
How many cards you got?
2.
That's fine, right?
Just 4 damage, man.
That's not the bad one, is it?
And a hit effect.
Yeah, plus 1.
It's really not the bad one, no.
What's the bad one? What's the really bad one?
The bad one is like, if it hits, I get to play it at reduced cost, or if it hits, I get to potentially play the top
It's
card.
not like this is the best one in limited.
Yeah, but 1 value in constructed is
All right, I'll pass.
chumpy.
What do I get? 4?
4, yeah, and I won't trigger it. Swing the sword for 3 with go again.
Called your freaking bluff, man.
And it's just 4 damage is all of it's presenting.
3, whatever. Take it.
Okay.
The best you got?
Let's go E-strike for 7.
No go again.
Just damage, man.
1 card in your hand.
It's ninja time.
What's that Breeze Rider boots do?
When a ninja attack action card you control hits, you may destroy Breeze Rider Boots. If you do, attack action cards with combo gain go again this turn.
Okay, that's not relevant here. Okay, so you're just ninja damage guy. I've only seen Fi Unlimited.
Hypothetically, if it hit, I might get a mass trigger.
For what, though? What are you going to do? Give it go again after the fact?
Who knows, man?
I don't know. What do you care about? You didn't even Phoenix Flame. What's going on here?
Well, I'd have to pay 1. You know.
Block 4. Take 3?
Take 3. Mass trigger?
Yeah.
First and pass. Valentina, wait a second. No Guardians or Rune Blades? Am I in the right place?
Let's go take flight. Let's charge here.
Take 4.
No, take flight.
He's a comedian.
We're going to beacon that.
Do I smell combo 30?
You do.
Oh no. Whatever shall I do?
You take 1 extra from the bacon.
No, but I will.
Double Lumina, pop the old
Oh, we have
gallantry.
arrived, ladies and
Let's,
gentlemen. We're Boltoning now.
Pop the courage. And just get to it.
So your swords cost 1 less. They all have +1.
They'll have +2, in fact. +3 from gallantry.
+3. So they're 5 damage attacks that cost you nothing and have go again
Correct.
because of Lumina.
Well, they will have go again when I sold them up.
Oh yeah, there it is. Lumina just is a hit, you heal, and all that is. Okay. And if I don't lose here, I win.
Maybe.
Just kidding.
Presumably.
You just get enough of an advantage that you can grind it out. Alex says, now this is pod racing. Flesh and Blood Brothers. It's time.
That's the hope. I don't know. I
Gamma's saying, and that's why he blocked with armor last turn.
yeah. It's like, why? Okay, that closes. We got double Lumina. Let's just put it up here.
What up, Van?
Give ourselves a clock. Swinging at you for 5.
Hypothetically. Okay, no block. Take 5.
Alright, 2 Lumina triggers, reveal 2 cards. There's 1 good one, there's 2 good ones. Gain 2.
Gained 4.
And of course, we gave it go again.
It's gained 4, right?
Huh?
No, it's just gained 2. Okay.
Yeah, just gain 2.
No.
This one reveals a card if it's a light, gain a life. Reveal a card if it's a light, gain
It's
a
not
life.
1 life per card.
No.
For each one.
No, that would be awesome. Do you want to play it that way?
I'm just used to Rune Blade effects.
Next swing. 4 left. 5 at you.
Take 5.
Okay. Reveal 2. Miss. Hit. Let's go to the bottom.
Someone saying you forgot to give it go again?
I'm just subtracting it from the thing.
Gotcha. I'm with you.
4, We all know how it works. Swing at you again.
Take 5.
Here, we'll give it a go again, and then we'll reveal to you.
Amazingly, all of this possible in Blitz.
Crazy, right? Those 2 are going to the bottom.
All right. Oh, that's also possible in Blitz.
That's my grindy phase. Goes to the bottom.
I'm there. I'm with you.
Yeah, you see? Don't you see? Don't you see? All right, saber up. Number 3. Or no, the number 4 coming at you.
There's 2 left after this?
There's 5. There's two swings left after
Take
this.
5.
All right, let's give it go again. Let's reveal to you. 2 slaps. Go 5 and then 1. Swing number 5 for 5. Special delivery.
I'm going to block 2, 4, 5.
You got it. Chain remains. Swing for 5 one more time.
Block 3 plus mask momentum.
You got it. And then Dynamo recharges. Here we go. Let's enter the grinding portion of this game.
Casual 36 to 8. Cool. Cool.
All right. Over to you.
Snatch for 4. I know you're shaking in your boots.
We can't allow that.
However, shall you survive?
Didn't have go again. Didn't even have a way to have go again.
Yeah.
Could have a Razor Reflex though, I suppose.
Yeah.
It seems like the kind of deck that would run Razor Reflex. Is that true, you think?
It could be very true. Yeah.
Should I overblock it?
It's up to you. Can you threaten above 8? And block? Yes. I'd be threatening 8 if I were you.
I think I can.
Personally.
I mean, I think I can, yeah.
Last I checked, Fi is not exactly the blocking specialist.
You know what? No, we're gonna block it.
Okay.
No, because if you have Razor, you may as well make it happen, right? You may as well make it happen. I may as well make you. I'll pass.
Yeah. I will go ahead and red Razor Reflex.
Yeah.
Draw a card.
Take 7.
Oh. Let's pitch a red to use Flame Scale. Gain 3 resources.
Works in constructed, I suppose.
Ish. It does work. It's just awkward. I'll swing you for 3 with the sword. No, go again.
All right, we'll go Valiant Dynamo and then take 2.
Are so bad. Darth Apprentice, catching up on the stream. Happy to help y'all out. Happy to watch Steven dust off Bolton.
It's been a while. Let's go V. I think this is what we want to do. Yeah. We'll pitch here. We'll charge here. Be the Vanguard for 4, my friend.
Was that all?
Yeah.
I will not blind.
Alright, we'll give it a go again. And then we got some choices. Let's go Saber for 3.
You do not like that. Oh, it's bad.
What's up, Africa? Saying, hey, Steven, watched a bunch of old FAB videos with Azalea gameplay, motivating me to play her in Blitz, so when I lose, it's quick and I can blame variance. That's right. That's wise.
Block 4.
Okay, yeah. So it gets the +1, and then, yeah, you block again. I'll give it go again.
Mm-hmm.
And swing for 3 again.
No block.
Okay. Courageous Steel Hand for the win.
Eef.
Arsenal here, recharge Dynamo.
Alright. Pray for rain. Art of War. It's a red. Banish a red, and I'll choose +1. It's not going to end well. I'll pay 1 for Mounting Anger for 5.
What are you saying, Carbocast? It gets +2? What's that about? I just charged once with V. Anyway, go ahead.
Attacking for 5. With go again.
Mounting Anger 5, go again.
Is he saying because if he gives it 1, I block with an attack, it's 2, and it was 4, I blocked for 4.
You block for 4, yeah. 4, go again. 1 card in hand.
Oh, because the Saber also gets +1 from itself.
Oh, right on.
So I'm dead.
Yeah, you would be dead. let's just keep going though.
All right.
Let's keep going. I like being in this position.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Bolton's a new meta. It's a shame Rune Blades exist.
Yeah, that's right.
You can see why I'd be getting a Spy.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
The only thing I have to block with their attacks, and I don't block well.
You just slap it. There you go. We'll block 4. Yeah, because the it's the charge ability and then the saber ability. That's right.
Aro saying, last weekend I attended the biggest skirmish event in the world per capita. Came third, was pretty amazing. Your draft and seal videos from definitely helped a lot. Thanks, Team Covenant.
Fantastic.
Rain says first to -10 life. Okay, it didn't hit.
It didn't. No.
Shame. Soul Beast Strike for 4, for 5 because we're out of war.
You got no money.
No money.
No family.
16 in the middle, Miami.
For 5, sure.
Take it.
Yeah.
Over to you. Good to show. Whew.
All right, so I'm just gonna do yellow slice, and then pitch, swing for 4.
No charge.
No charge, no.
Well, look at this tasty number. I'm gonna block for 6.
I'll give it a go again. Swing for 6.
Let me use the bathroom real quick. Give me a minute.
Look, you were ground out. Grinder Bolton is real. We figured it out. Taking Lille by storm.
See you in France. Gonna cut the stream. Don't need anybody to see this. Let's try it again. I'm gonna get you.
Apparently you have an unconventional file list. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Is it because it's better or strictly worse? Is this the kind of file list that comes out of like a ton of testing, or is this a file list that came from a quick Google search?
This is a file list that's coming from in the middle of testing.
Okay, so you're testing some concepts.
Yeah. I don't think it would have mattered there.
Yeah, I mean, getting the comment that early is pretty good. I'd say that.
Mr. M, quit exposing the Bolton tech.
Somebody right now is like testing a Bolton deck like this for Lille, and they're like, oh my gosh, stop streaming that. That would have been me. It is really, really upsetting though when that happens. Like right before we went to the Team Blitz, and there was that video about how to play Kasai, and it like had all of the tech cards that I thought were like super special. I was like, yeah, you should be running Driving Blade. Yeah, you should be running. It's like Route. It's like, oh my gosh, that was my secrets. Take a second. Okay, everybody. Woo, we're back.
Caesar says seems hard to build Dragon Ice. No use for Phoenix.
Blue Eyes White.
Fudgenator
Dragon.
says, "Oh, Steven's ruining Jimmy's chance at winning Lil."
No way.
So no, Tails holds time with his Bolton deck.
I would love it if something like this won. I would freak out.
Combo-Boltyn.
And then I could say that I was the author.
The purveyor.
We need a better name than Grinder Bolton. What about Wombat Bolton? That was kind of a joke that was
you
going
could
around.
throw the dart at anything. Computer Bolton, desk Bolton, base Bolton.
Because you saw this like Wallaby Dash. Is that what that was? Or Wombo Dash? Wallaby?
Combo Wombo Dash?
Did you see this, the Dash deck that ran out of cards at the Battle Hardened and still was able to compete with all the equipment out and stuff?
How is that possible?
I don't know. It's Wallaby stuff. Or what? Wombats? Wallabies? I don't know.
I don't either.
But it was named, I think it was that because...
Bolton.
Yeah, Bolton. There you go. Bolton.
You've arrived at your deck name.
It worked at that time as well as it will ever work in its existence.
Mr. M says Wombat Dash. It's very
It
funny.
will never work again. Yeah, Wombat Dash. Really good. Okay, here we go. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
See what that looks like. All right, game number 2.
Robbie says Kitchen Sink Bolton.
Game number 2. We call it KitchenAid Bolton.
I will...
Or Ninja Bolton because it's a blender. Get it?
I will pass in face.
Yeah, as is your right.
Yeah.
Wow. It seems good for me.
I'm not letting you get Soul Shield.
How did you know? How did you know? Okay, Steven's turn. Let's probably go V. Ooh, these are Bolton questions. You don't charge the beacon here, right? No, I just need time. But I don't want that sitting in the arsenal forever either. It's fine. V, pitch, charge.
Take 4.
No go again, etc. Arsenal here. It's weird playing constructed after so much limited. It's weird.
We back.
It's really weird.
Let's go Scar for 4 with Gogan.
Very different. Scar for 4 with go again. If I take it and you have another Scar in hand, you can't give it go again.
It's true.
No blocks.
Okay, take 4. Let's pay 3, get a Phoenix Flame.
Ugh.
Let's play the Phoenix Flame.
You got me.
It doesn't do anything.
Oh, great.
It's a 0.
Is it still a chain link, though?
It is still a chain link.
Did it hit, though?
It did not hit.
Okay.
It has to do damage to hit.
That's right. Since when are you the rules guy? You really are training for this whole thing.
So you're never play for 3. You really are doing something here.
I'll take 3.
Yeah. We'll play Blue Cinderskin Devotion. It gets +1 from the Tiger Stripes, so it's coming in for 3. If it hits that wheel, trigger a mask.
1 card in hand there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I missed some value here because I was hoping you'd do something more exciting. I'll pass, and then you got any reactions there?
Yeah, pass. Are you gonna Soul Shield this big bad boy?
I'm gonna
Okay,
sink it.
that's
I
fine.
see another card.
It's fine too.
Let's go here. Okay.
Oh, then I'll Arsenal pass.
Okay.
I love that people are perplexed by this spy.
There's some people really smart working on that kind of stuff, you know? I know that.
And it ain't me.
All right, take flight. I'm gonna charge this glint.
Yeah, sure, I'll take 3.
Look at us go. The end.
Over me.
Yeah.
Scar for 4 with Gogan.
Scar for 4 with go again. Interesting, dude. Interesting. It does have go again, does it?
It does. It's built
No,
in.
it doesn't.
Yeah, you just hit me. What happened to your health? I should definitely be one less than you.
What do you mean?
How much have you done to me?
Why do you say that? I've done 3 and 4, 7.
7? How many have I done to you?
You did a scar for 4, a phoenix flame for 0, a thing for 3, which is 7 from your sword, and then I sunk below the center
And you
stone.
took both of those?
Yeah, it's
Sunk
7.
below that?
Yeah, sunk below that. 4 plus a sword plus 0 for the phoenix.
I'm not playing this then.
Well, that's why we have health scores. You can just reference them in real time. You don't have to memorize the sequence of the game.
For some reason, when I took the 3 from you, I thought I was going to go under your health. Ronin Renegade.
I'm sure you would have blocked otherwise.
First 3. Let's go again.
Freaking married couple. You got a bunch of cards. I mean, you don't. This is just doesn't smell block to me. But I'm used to playing limited. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's block it. Block it for 3.
That Phoenix Flame may reset the mask chain links, by the way.
Using the ability. Oh, it's not. It's instant. Yeah.
Well, because it not that just playing it because it says 3rd in a row to hit.
Oh, in a row.
Yeah, that might very well be true.
You're giving me bad intel, man.
CNC for 6.
This is worthless. All right, let's go 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm. Over to you.
Both courage coming at you for 3 with a charge.
Take 3.
You got it. I'll draw a card. Not gonna give it go again. Can't do it anyway. Over to you.
Now I've got less life, so Scar for 4 with go again.
Hey me, hey mama, where you been? 4 in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take 4.
Brand with Cinder Claw red for 3 with go again.
I'm seeing a trend here.
Slap that damage.
Block 3.
Let's go red brand with Cinder Claw for 3 with go again.
2 lock thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like blowout stuff, like breaking point and stuff? I got crown.
Those things do exist, yeah.
That one, I don't care about that one. I'll take that one.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Soul Blue Strike for 4. If it hits, the game's go again.
Okay. Let's go. Won't matter. 3 in Dynamo.
Yeah. Arsenal Bass.
Bolt of Courage. Charge coming at you for 3.
It hits draw.
Hits draw, yeah.
No block. We both know you're not doing
I see
nothing.
it, yeah. Now is my favorite part of Bolton.
E-strike for 5 with go again.
Just keep trying to find the card. Five, huh?
Digging.
5, huh?
When you're trying to find the card, just block. Easy.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know what's in your hand. You could have like way more devastating things on the way than 5 E-strike. Who cares about
like breaking
that?
point or CNC.
You got 2 in the thing in the pocket there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll pass. I'll take 5.
Blaze headlong for 4 with go again.
Pass defense reaction.
Pass.
All right, sink it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw this guy under and draw this guy.
All right. Swing a sword for 3 with go again.
Block 3.
Pay 1. Phoenix Flame for 1.
Take 1.
Snatch for 4.
It's a good snitch.
All the attacks.
Yeah, we say no to Arsenal around here. It's better than Soul right now. Yeah, I'll block that for 5.
You got it.
And then I'll pass back to you.
We got a clear turn.
But no Arsenal.
Yeah.
Breno's using the helmet to protect this card. Might still be using the helmet to protect this card. We'll see.
I think it's just the right play. CNC for 6.
As I said.
There it is. Perhaps it is the card you're looking for, and you're looking for another copy of that card. Who knows? Watch out.
Okay. Let's think, skis. Bad hand for Soul Shield right here.
Yeah, because then you're stuck with it.
Hate it. Hate it. We hate it. We hate it. Hate that CNC.
That's the real classic proxy. Look at that. Hand drawn by me. I hear those hand-drawn promos for me go for a lot on the secondary market these days. Starting the auction now in the live chat. For this card right here, I'll send it to your address. It'll be signed by the artist.
Would you say that you have lunging press in the deck?
There are 3 copies of lunging press in the deck.
Yeah, there are. Of course there are. Why do you do it this way? Why is everybody so degenerate all the time?
Yeah, it's because I have to stop your combo wombo.
I'm just trying to live,
The Wombolton.
man. I'm just trying to live.
Brent's hand, $1,000 or best offer. Evil Adventures, that card cut though.
So I have to. Do I have to honor that? It's so bad if it happens. I gotta honor that, but I don't have.
One of your Luminous?
It might be.
Yeah, it would be a problem.
It might be. Does all the when you defend stuff happen after all the defense cards are in? You feel me? It's like, can I defend here, drop 1, and then defend? Right.
Defend with all the stuff you're doing, and then you
I knew that.
You knew it, but I appreciate the attempt. It's like when a kid in school is really working somehow to get the extra credit. Like, it's like, I know you said it was due Monday, but hypothetically, if it were Tuesday morning.
Is that your first CNC there?
Second.
Okay.
By the way, my second hand had 3 Scarfer Scars in it, which is why I was playing so, or 2 Scarfer Scars, and then I drew another one on the next one. So I was playing so awkward up front.
Yikes. Okay, we've got, man, that's just a well-timed. They're always well-timed, you know? That's the problem with CNC.
Arrives just when it means to.
Did I use these for? Did I use these for something important? I hope it was real important.
I think was it my snatch?
Yeah, it was. Man, this is so awkward.
What up, entree?
I guess I block 8 and just honor it, or just do I just lose the thing and just eat it?
I mean, you're just digging, right?
Maybe, but like I don't want to lose this.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. One of the 2 things you need to be digging for. Losing it means you're twice as far from getting it.
You're a little far away.
Yeah.
All right, sure. We'll do that.
Yeah.
And we'll put this on the bottom.
That's the best. We're back to lunging press. The Ira starter. What's up?
All right, pass back to you, and then etc.
Okay. Interesting.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Just the weird lines that I am considering in this deck are really funny.
Terrifying. It always feels so bad when you don't have armor. It means you made a mistake. Hold armor like it's your life. I guess I kind of
It is, literally.
goes without saying. I might end up on Brave Forge in this version, actually. Have another 2 armor here.
I'm going to play a red belittle.
Especially when you're supposed to be grinding.
I'm going to show you a blue flame kick.
What's that mean?
Get a blue Minozen.
Ugh, I hate that combo. I hope that goes away.
Well, 3 coming at you. Go again.
Well, no blocks.
Entree, I am coming to Lille for the Pro Tour. Steven is not.
No block skis.
Oh, sorry, I almost lost my entire deck. It just happened.
Just take any cards you want.
Okay. I could win if I could pick any cards I wanted here.
Well, basically what you just did. The little you got your blue thing, and you have a blue flying kick in the thing. So you got a blue resource if you need it as well.
Yeah.
You got 2 blues in hand. You got the blues.
I do have 2 blues, yeah. Just thinking through how I want to structure this precisely.
That usually is what people do before they start.
Yeah, I know. I know, dude. I know. Yeah, that's worth it. Okay. I'm going to pay 3.
Oh, no. What kind of madness is this?
For a Phoenix Flame.
Oh, right.
This is the kind of weak madness. I should have done that first, actually. Anyways, Phoenix Flame 4-0.
Are you breaking your chain thing? Your 3 in a row for mass.
If it doesn't hit, I am, yeah.
Well,
who said
that
it was
lunging press is finding a home after all.
Who said it wasn't going to hit? You want to block for 0?
I won't block anything.
All right, we'll Red Razor Reflex for 3.
You know, this is crazy. Matt GTV is saying, I tried to play Flesh and Blood, but it felt too much like Magic. I've honestly never heard that before in my life.
That's crazy.
It is nothing like Magic. Of all the games that you can play with cards, it's maybe the furthest from Magic that exists.
That you can imagine. Imagicking. I'm going to pay 2. So I should.
Don't you do it.
Yeah.
What are you playing for 2?
I'm going to swing a sword.
Taking 3.
Don't you do it.
I swear you got 2 floating. What are you up to over there?
Less than you want me to be.
I'm not
We're
sure.
just going to Lava Burst for 5.
Okay. Is this a mass trigger? Yeah.
It is.
Wasn't this searing? Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, take 5.
Dark card?
Yeah.
Arsenal Bath. You're down there at 6, eh?
Yeah.
Better be combo wombo time.
It's about time, isn't it? Let's do a blue Bolt of Courage, charging this here red Blade Runner.
Block for 1.
Blocking for 1. We're going to Beacon of Victory for +1.
Allerdell says, the reason I enjoy FAB is because it doesn't feel like Magic.
All right. We now have done 1 damage, and we're drawing a card.
That's the
we're
card you
also
had
going
there.
to give it a go again.
The card that lets you go get the card.
Yeah.
Did you go get the card?
About to.
It's about to get dirty. Just survive. You're at 6. I can win this one if I don't die.
Just survive, man. Just survive. Need to draw for Bolt too. That happens somewhere in here.
Trace Lava Burst with Chain Link 4. Because I had the Phoenix Flame.
Draw for Bolt.
Oh, arrow. It's because the sword doesn't count on the mask.
Okay. We have charge. Let's close the chain. Keep it tidy. Let's play 3 Lumina Ascensions here.
Oh my, no. That's not what's supposed to happen. 3.
Oh my, no.
You drew 2 in one hand?
Oh my, no. Let's pitch and crack the gallantry there.
That's too much. It's too much. Oh, sweet. potatoes.
All right, swing for 6. We got 8 coming at you.
All right. I'm gonna Art of War.
Oh, here we go.
What are you coming at me for?
6
times 6, 36.
8 times. It's coming 8 times.
Oh, 8 times 6 is a lot. Let's think about this. 8 times, and I can essentially cover up 2 of them.
I thought there was gonna be more.
2. So that doesn't work. So we have to try. I'm gonna Art of War, give my attack +1 defense, and draw 2.
The attack bonus will stack if that matters for you. Yeah.
So I'll take. If we want to make this quicker math, I'll take the.
I would like to operate it every single swing.
All right. Take 6.
You can't deny this moment.
I'm about to get my revenge.
All right, go again for the thing. Then we have 3 reveals on the trigger. There's a miss, and a miss.
There is a god.
So that's the grind portion of the game later on. Swing again for 6.
Take 6.
We're going to give it a go again.
I was going to get you on that one.
Reveal. 2.
That would be funny if you actually just miss, so you can't swing that many times. You actually might run out of gas.
No, I'll have 2 soul here.
Yeah, but you have 6 swings to go.
Oh, I'll make it.
That'd be so funny if that actually happened.
Now, you're deciding to block so that I can't do that a bunch of times is worth doing.
It may be.
6 again. It's 3rd swing.
Because you have 3 more, so I can't block enough to not get you to hit it once, and then you get
unless I miss.
stacked up.
I'd have to miss a bunch in a row, which I can. That's the problem with the grinder.
Yeah, I'll just take 6.
But now it's just like absolutely gonna hit. It's only light cards down there now, right? That's a 1 hit. That's a 2 hit. That's a 3 hit there.
Only 5 to go.
Hold on, let me put these under here real quick. A lot of people have them, but the game tells you that's where you're supposed to do it. All right. Last swing with first saber for 6.
I see. Nice. Cool. Take 6.
What has changed? Let's give it a go again. There's a 3 hitter there.
Cool.
It's
real quiet in here. A lot of action going on. Just over here waiting. You have 3 left?
Waiting for a moment to step in and block. I now have first of the 2nd saber.
I'm blocking my 6 armor.
Give it a go again.
That didn't happen.
2nd swing.
Block 7.
You got a little attack there.
Definitely.
And a charge there. So, I'll go ahead and hit, or you want to do it that way, or?
Yeah. Block 7.
But I get +2, right? Saber and charge.
Yeah. Then I take 1.
Okay. Cool. I'll give it a go again.
I'll be right back.
Go ahead and get +3 more health there.
Dude, you should be going Lille. Play the Bolton deck.
I said in that Wolfpack chat, I think it has something, but nobody believes little old Azalea Steven, you know? 3rd swing, coming in for 7.
I'll block for 3, 4. Die.
Yeah.
Dead.
DOT.
Alright, that's not going to get any better. So, let me audible into, let's see how he does against Viserai. He might be able to win. Actually. Might be bad.
Well, we're all very excited about that.
3 of them was too much. I was prepared for 2. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
I was really prepared in my heart.
You would only got 2 if you hadn't seen Seed. That was the turn I was gonna send the double.
So it was really to my detriment that I
That's right.
threatened you.
Yeah, you should never CNC. That's take away from that game.
Moral of the story: skip CNCs.
Skip CNC. Don't play it. That fight deck felt a bit like a pile. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yep, I agree. I don't like it.
Are people? What's the? There's good fight decks though, right?
So I think the fight deck I think is the best currently is the Kadachi version with Mask of Momentum.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I would have called that, baby.
you're on Bolton. Number 1 Iron Weave.
Well, there's game 2. That was exciting. This is how Pro Tour is going to go for Zach. You got to wonder.
I'm definitely not playing 5.
You got to wonder. After all that prep, just get comboed down.
It can happen.
You know, what's interesting about this is the grinding phase doesn't matter. And I think that's what most Bolton players realize.
Don't worry about the grind. Just win.
Just get to the combo as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You know, that's the key.
Agreed.
You saw that there was even on the FAB TCG homepage, there was a Bolton Blitz write-up. And there was a Bolton Turbo combo deck for Blitz. And it has Halo of Illumination that you trigger when you draw Tome of Divinity that draws you cards. It's got Whisper the Oracle.
That, yeah.
It's got Rift. It's got Soul Food. It's got all the hits. What it doesn't have is a lot of hits on your Lumina because it doesn't matter because you just kill the opponent.
Yeah.
Because of Blitz. You
Well,
don't need life gain.
I think you do need soul.
You do need soul.
And it helps. If you are playing an opponent, that's what I'm curious to see here. Who actually has non-attack sublime. And like I can pair my armor with some of those things to stop a couple of those attacks.
We've seen this before.
Yeah, we have.
Some would say the Viscerai matchup into Bolton is one of my most loved moments in all of Flesh and Blood. Particularly all the Ruin Blades. Love them. But you know what? You think about it. Guardians, awful. Awful to play against. Prism, awful to play against. Starvo's awful to play against, obviously. Aggro decks, awful, because they just attack. That's annoying. Dash, awful, because you get to the end game and she just pistols you down until there's nothing left. And that's not a control deck that just wins on weapons. It's lame.
Using that same crown, by the way.
Sure. Do you want it?
I'll just proxy it.
Well, let me. You're the pro.
Doesn't matter.
I'll proxy. I've got a Helo's Miter.
The real question is, do you just use the skull count? It's the same difference.
No way, man.
The real question is, do you run any Arcane Barrier here? I assume not. Maybe so.
I don't know. It's a good way to filter cards, I guess. Carbocast saying Halo on turn 0. Very hard to race otherwise. All right, I'll run the Halo. Let's see what that does. Under my arm, Halo.
You just use it to start your soul count going.
Hey, hey, hey.
I played against Josh Lau in Indy.
Yeah.
And let's see, turn 0 or turn 1 was just soul food his whole hand into
Yeah, that's a good one.
into his soul, and I was like, that combo is online now. I better win immediately, and I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was back when Viz had Skeleton.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just gotta go, and I think it was quick.
Yeah. The Skeleton turn a lot of times was almost as good as the combo turn. Okay. Who's going first? You want to roll for it?
Oh, sure. Even, Steven?
Game number 3.
It's even.
I'll go first.
You don't want Viz to go first?
This. Well. If it isn't this hand.
The old this hand? Is yours and mine?
All right. Let's use the Halo, as I'm instructed to do. Put a card into my soul. It's a light card, draw a card. It will be.
Someone asking if you're playing a Blitz hero because you're starting health.
Right.
Playtime turn 0 says, does that after you declare your hero, then your opponent says, oh no. Oh, you're on that, I win. Now turn 0 is the turn where both players get to draw back up. Technically it's turn 1, but everyone draws back up, so it's not quite the same impact as a full turn.
Bolt blue, charging the old yellow slicer there.
Black with an attack for 3.
Pass. Look at that. All right, and now, as is in the rules of the game, set your health at the end of turn 0. Right? You know what I mean?
That's right.
What's going on? You caught up with the old Brindon recently? You guys talked? You guys getting friends plans together? You gonna
I haven't
have a
seen
wrestling
him.
match or like a...
I haven't seen him since you saw him last.
Oh, right.
But as far as I know, he's still going to France. He says he's going to stuff a lot. And
What
then,
Brendan says he's going to and where he shows up are two very different ideas.
Ooh, the Brendan Burns are back.
BBB. Okay, yeah, onward.
Right. Yellow Marvin.
Oh, I remember this.
Blue Vexing, create a rune chant.
Cool, dude.
2 arcane, 1 physical. If it hits, create 2 rune chants.
It can't hit.
I would not light it. Yeah. I remember this.
1 physical. Well, how about we throw these boots in there?
Yeah, perfect. Swing the sword for 1/2/2.
You were genuinely happy with that.
That's perfect.
All right, 1, 2, and a 2. 1 and a 2 and a 2. And my next turn is this.
Hey, it is a cold
this,
photograph, Justin.
And a this, which means I have room for this if I want to. 1 taken.
Did
2 taken.
Yep.
2. Let's block with a. I mean, I could get Froggy here. No, I'll block with a 3 there.
You got it.
You know, it pains me to do it.
Pains you do what?
To block with a 3 on a 2. It almost is undoable. Almost. This is going to be a questionable decision I'm making. Let's go engulfing 3 charge here.
If it hits, it goes into your soul?
Yeah.
That's at least interesting to block.
Yeah.
But I won't. I'll take 3.
All right, I might have some moments here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and steal him for +1.
Take 4.
If he had blocked it, it would have gone in there anyway.
Big brain.
I'll pass it.
All right. Blue Mavrian. Familiar, I know. Blue Vexing, again. 2 arcane. And 1 physical. And if it hits, I get another rune chant.
This is where are you just playing the blue cards? What is this deck? What are you doing?
I drew a lot of the blues.
Just 1?
Just happens.
So I take 2, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens?
1 physical. If it hits, I get an extra rune chant. You're gonna swing your sword, so those boots aren't coming back online. Man.
Why are we doing it like this? Yeah, gallantry gold there for 1. That's a good use of 1, right? What do you get if it hits? Go again?
A rune chant. It already has go again. Built in.
I guess 1 rune chance. I mean, a block for 2 with your arms is fine, right?
Yes, I guess. All right. Red meet and greet for 4.
I guess.
1 rune chant. It has go again because I did arcane this turn.
All right, take the 1 arcane. It's done.
And if it hits, I get another rune chant.
Of course, you know, as we know. You got how many cards in there?
1.
Is it any good?
Looks like a sword swing to me.
Sword swing and arsenal.
Yeah. Now Ravel and Roomba would be pretty good. 5 rune chants and a sword swing. That'd be pretty sweet.
Go to the defense stuff. Yeah. Sink it. And then let's pop you down.
All right.
Take me down to the
Swing a sword. 1 arcane, 2 arcane, 2 physical.
Okay, well that's interesting.
Just a 5 Reno.
One Arcane, 2 physical, you said?
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I know that. One Arcane.
Take 5.
2, 1, 2, 2.
Yeah.
1, 2, 2. I might
block the physical.
No, man. This is a weird one. This is weird now. Hold on a second. I might block the physical.
Sword's still there.
Yeah.
Clear the rest of it
I haven't
out.
taken anything yet.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
Five,
Waiting on you.
Well, I drew the cards and then it got weird. There are better players right now that would know what to do here. Believe me.
Yeah, there are people beyond my skills who would do something different here.
I'll take 5.
Yeah, it's a common response.
Yeah. Swing sword for 2.
No block.
Don't laugh at it. Come on, man.
It's just like after all that thinking, it's like he's just swinging the sword for 2. All right, interesting.
Back to you.
All right. Lead the charge yellow. -1 cost or more attack gets go again.
Well, that's a new one.
CNC for 6 with go again.
6 with go again. Now won't you
Cardboard cast.
please take me home?
Saying you have the soul you need. Block out until you have the combo.
Yeah. That would be the idea. 6 with go again. 6 with the extra action point.
Mm-hmm. Well, 6 with an action point, yeah. Technically not go again.
What's scarier than a CNC? From you. 2 cards. You don't have the skeleton stuff anymore, which is like really nice. That changes everything, man.
Yeah. Skeleton. If I had skeleton, it's like, well, I could have Revel Maroon Blood into a Sonata and arcane damage and draw 3 attacks and play it all. CNC is probably the biggest hit effect I have tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. No blocks. You gotta take flight red.
Nice.
Take 6.
Revel Maroon Blood. Create 5 rune chance. Swing a sword. 5/2/2.
5/2/2.
It's the this away.
5 has got to be taken.
When you're doing all the math on the arcane damage every time, it's like, I think you just take it. Sam Kerr now. 2 CNCs. Yeah, when I need them, they just seem to come to the top. That's my first CNC, I think, actually. This game.
Yeah. Sure. I'll take 4.
Yeah. Arsenal price.
We're gonna have to do this one again.
It got weird.
Look, they all get weird. Swing the saber for 2.
This might be hard to believe. I'm gonna take 2.
Alright, we'll do Bladies and then swing saber for 4.
Take 4.
You got it. Then I will Arsenal, recharge Dynamo, and Arsenal here.
Alright. I'm gonna pay 2. Create a rune chant.
Oh, right. I was looking at it as kind of a cool moment there.
Swarm and Gloomville for 1 arcane, 3 physical. It has go again.
1 arcane. 3 physical. 3 cards in hand?
Mm-hmm.
No hit effects?
No hit effects. Correct.
Take 3.
Right. Let's go meet and greet red for 4. If it hits, I will get a rune chant, and it does create a rune chant when it hits. That's the attack. It has go again already.
Yeah, 2 cards in hand?
Mm-hmm. Just enough for the old CNC.
Well, more that I think there's just no way out. I block the CNC, I draw this hand, I have 6 more health, which is better. That's where the grinding thing does not work at all. Yeah, so let me just take 4.
Okay.
8. Take 4 and then see how it dies.
Yeah, it'll be better than you think it will. I'll just swing a sword for 1, 2.
1, 2, 2.
There's no arcane on the sword.
Oh.
I play 9 attack.
Alright, I'll block with courage.
Yeah.
Take 1.
Arsenal pass.
Okay.
Caesar got a rune chant because the attack hit. Not because it was triggering this.
Let's go.
Cardboard cast isn't praying so hard for Steven on this turn.
Take flight, and then let's charge this guy.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2. Is there any reason to do it like that? There's not. I'm gonna charge the energy potion. Hold 1 for the Blade Runner. In case we get to the end game.
No block.
Okay, has go again. We will give it the old baconator.
Bacon.
There's a lot of questions. I was running this the other, like, you can also beacon the first single Lumina swing. Beacon it, put it up over the top of the block. That hits, that gets you the 1 soul, gets you the Lumina, then you play it again. There's math there. I didn't do it.
Whether it's right to get it beforehand or after.
To start with +1 power and a double trigger, or to use your first beacon to make sure the first Lumina swing hits. Because now it's just over, you know?
Yeah, but
I don't know, that's how they always do it, so I just followed the crowd.
must work for, I guess it's not working in general, so maybe it doesn't work that way.
I don't think, there's some talk about Arcane Barrier. I don't think Arcane Barrier is the call here.
Yeah, it's like, what do you lose here?
Nothing.
And would you have pitched ever?
No, you don't. Alright, there's 2 Luminous for you.
We back.
Guess who's back? Gallantry, Courage.
So they're coming in for 5?
Coming in for 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 for Gallantry. Plus, I have charge this turn. So an attack equals +2. Coming in for 5. First swing.
Is that another win for Bolton?
Nah, I'm not thinking so. Richard saying there's a spreadsheet somewhere.
Colin, I didn't block with the Soul Shield because I wanted to put the red take flight in because this deck doesn't have boots. So you have to actually have the charge cards that can get go again, or you can beacon them. And so that's where the take flight went in. Don't know.
I'll block 3, 4, 5, trigger the crown. Put this under draw card.
You got it. Put the old attack under.
Yeah.
Let's give it go again. I don't have any money also. Swing 4 left. This is the second swing for 5.
Block 4, 5.
No attack skis.
No attack keys.
Go again. It's nice whenever your opponent has nothing but attacks.
Yep.
That was nice against 5. I never actually experienced that. I only play against Runeblade. Swing for 5. 3 swings left.
Yeah, it's like Ninja's 85, 90% attacks.
Yeah.
So I block here. You gotta go again. Next swing hits. If you triple miss, it's fine at this point.
Good triple miss. Actually, that can definitely do it.
I'll let you triple miss here instead. I'll take 5.
Well, thank you.
Before I commit to it.
5. Here we go. Swing and a miss. Swing and a hit. One.
We got close.
Okay. Saber number 1 is done. First swing on saber number 2.
Take 5.
Coming at you for 5. Giving it go again. On the edge of the knife here. That's a hit. That's a hit.
He's back in the game.
Yahtzee. Second swing at 5.
1 left after this.
1 left after this, yeah.
Take 5. The party clown music.
That's take 5 by Brubeck right there. Get it? Because you keep saying take 5.
That's a thinking person's joke. That's a joke for people with high taste.
That's right, high taste.
Last swing?
Last swing for 5.
Yeah. I'll like 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is that an attack?
Yeah.
That gave me a 7.
Don't do that.
Good idea, yeah. I think we can all agree. Don't do that.
Alright, let's just block 6, 7, 8.
Alright, you got it.
I forget it's double.
Yeah. It's the big moves. I'm just gonna clear this out. Put my dynamo up here as the quintessential.
As the armor. My turn, I'll just pass. And now we're back to a game.
Yeah, except this is where all the commentary about Arcane Barrier might matter a lot.
Create a rune chant swing. Slowly die.
Okay, well, let's do a bolt for 3. Charge this here via the Vanguard.
No block.
Okay, we'll give it a +3.
Okay.
And then we'll give it go again.
Take 6.
And draw ourselves a card. Now we got some questions, don't we? I'm gonna swing saber for 2.
No resources.
No money. No family.
But you could do +3 for free, I think.
I could do it for free, you're right. 5 isn't 6 though.
No block.
You got.
For how many?
This is for 2.
Down to 4.
Arsenal there. I hope you can't do 7 arcane, etc.
Storm and Glula for 3. No go again?
No GA, huh?
Not presently.
You got them little booties.
The boots with the fur.
Yeah, I'll block for 3.
Okay. After that resolves, I'll use my boots. Unfortunate. Pitching a red to play a Sonata.
Okay. This is a whiff, though. I've never been more sure.
We've already not whiff.
Yeah, we not
Get
whiff.
this row.
But he hasn't created an aura this turn.
I get an action point back from that. Oh, for that purpose?
Yeah.
If I play it, this will create one.
Oh. Nice. Just Ruin Blade things.
Yeah, just Ruin Blade things. 1 arcane damage from the Sonata.
Yeah.
Just Ruin Blade things.
Yeah, 2 in hand.
2 in hand, yeah. 2 in
The
hand.
Shrill and an Unknown. You have to pitch to play the Shrill.
That's why the Lord made the Iron Weave.
Okay.
I also have the Sword Swing, but I think this is just better. We'll crack my Iron Weave, get 2 resources. And then... Card's name?
3.
Shrill for 7. Creates a ring champ.
And you got 1 in the pocket there.
Yep.
And that's a 1, 2, 2. So that's 5 coming in. 3 for sure. 7.
This doesn't have to go again.
Oh, right. And it won't. There's nothing fancy to give it go again there.
Yeah, I've already used my boots this turn, so
You've already used them.
I can't.
Is it a once per?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not crazy.
Well.
Copper saying no go again. Sure. Yeah, Ruin Blade magic.
Okay. Black 3, 4.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Arsenal fire.
Don't swing the sword. Saber for 2.
Oh, don't you see? Beacon for 3 into +3. When you go get the thing, you have to charge the beacon to search, though, right?
I cannot beacon here, no.
I think you can. You just can't search for it, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't trigger the search.
Yeah.
I can give it +3.
What tricky thing do you have?
Where's the value in that, though, right?
You can like surprise. You can give it go again mid speed, right? But go again plus something the next thing.
I definitely can do that. Yeah.
Let's just do this. I'll block for 2.
You got it. I'm gonna do a red Blade Runner. Give it go again. I'm gonna swing for 3, 4, 5.
And the 0 for +3, you have to have charged.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. So if I go 3.
I block with Dynamo, right? For you did 7.
Yeah.
6, 5.
I think you blocked with a card and Dynamo.
Card and Dynamo.
Yeah.
I just didn't put the token on.
Oh man, what do you got in the arsenal there? Oh, Steve Marino.
Oh, nothing much. Friend of mods.
Well, block 3. You get +1.
Really? Going to 6.
You got it or you don't.
I don't.
Take 3.
Now, can you do 3 arcane? I'm gonna bet the answer is yes.
The odds are not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Play Rebel and Ruin Blood. No reason. Doesn't do anything. Not at all.
All you gotta do is swing that sword, right?
I'm going to pay 2 for a Rune Flash with Go Again. 1 pops, 1 gets created.
You did it.
Yeah.
The old dog did it.
It's close.
Yeah.
Could have lost that one.
Yeah. Black 4 and you swing.
That's what it was, we felt back in the day. 1 skeleton went away. Losing the 2 block on this and then losing the like huge discount at some point.
Helpful.
It's really productive.
Yeah. Helpful. Yeah, I could have played that one better for sure. Like, especially going towards the end game. I'm not sure. But it's not, I mean, this is the thing, it's not, it's pretty close. It's crazy.
And I mean, you could have comboed off 3 turns earlier, technically.
Technically.
Yeah, or 3 turns later.
Technically, yeah. Technically, these things are true. Fascinating.
Yeah, I do like the Bolton that really just doesn't care. Like, you have to be able to finish the game, of course.
Yeah.
But, like...
The dream is supposed to be, and this doesn't actually happen, and this is why you're splitting the goalposts on these two ideas, but the dream is I've got 4 soul, I'll block with 2 cards, and then I'll swing back, recharge Dynamo. I'll keep doing that until I find the combo. And then I'll combo, and then at the end of the game, I've got route, I've got a bunch of...
I felt that there.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of ways to
just
win in that weird
game.
situation where it's like I just need something out of the boondocks here.
Yeah.
So it's pretty solid. I think it plays well. You could take this into like actual tweaking and probably get something to come out of it.
Yeah. I was saying it's the kind of thing that if you're playing, you know, if you go to like a World Championship or a Pro Tour, players are going to understand how to disrupt it. Like, and just playing it well, right?
It feels weird to go in and do something that everybody knows what to do against and that you have no control over the outcome once it starts.
Yeah.
It's like, can they block this or not? If they can, it's really bad.
Yeah, it's just kind of the best way to describe it for me. It's linear. Like you have a game plan. I know the game plan. You know the game plan.
Even then, it still works sometimes.
Yeah, I mean...
That's the beautiful combo.
Sometimes it's unstoppable, but it's not... you don't have a lot of different opportunities to create the win. It's either you have enough gas to make the win happen, and even there, like if you draw anything that spikes my defensive card, I just lose.
Yeah. There's opportunities there. That's where... So I think the original inclination was... You know, like Guardians and the grindier, like slower matches, you can't just rely on your combo to be enough. Yeah. Because it will get covered up and it's not enough.
But that's nice.
You can grind them out, though.
The spiky stuff you have, like the routes and those kind of moves, I feel like are ways... They're good here at the end, but they're also good in the longer...
Yeah.
Like ways to trick damage in, basically.
It's supposed to be able to at least try to grind with Guardian.
Yeah. Is this a homebrew?
Plus a combo.
Did you find
total homebrew? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and so I mean, a long time. We've been when all of the Slice and Dice and the other one, Blade Runner, when that stuff first came out, it was like
you were working on this.
I wonder if this is good. And then I gave up on it hard. And then Chaos Theory was in the Discord, like, I think this could work. And then I was like, nah, it'll never work. And then I just built it one day, kind of randomly. And then this is the first time actually playing it.
Yeah, I think the pace of the game is at a point now where this is more viable than ever. Like, and that's not much has changed for this stack of cards and Bolton in general, except for instead of the game being this speed, it's here now, just a little bit down.
Yeah.
Which is cool to see, because I think over time, unless they introduce faster characters later.
Please no.
Yeah, well, it'll just happen, right? Like, you're going to get aggro characters, and they might have, as an example, right now, Chain's gone. Star of the Show's gone, etc. What was the other one? Is there a third one gone, or is it just 2?
Chain, Star of the Show. Those are the most degenerate things I can think of. Prism's almost gone. Yeah. We really had the hits in Monarch, didn't we?
This Ray went out of the Blitz.
This Ray and Blitz, yeah.
But anyway, so as the faster characters go away, the game, I think, pushes towards a more mid-range and/or deepened control reality. Like if the fast characters aren't fast enough to outrace control anymore, then it gets heavy. So I think they will introduce fast characters, but like,
what is that push-pull?
It's this like up and down cycle, and so I think there's phases where aggro characters are good, where control characters are good, and mid-range characters or combo players can get it done.
I think. Do you feel like Fi is kind of a more fully realized aggro hero, where it feels like you do still have that down? It felt like our aggro heroes in the past don't have the downside of being only offense, because they can still block just fine and like have tons of armor.
Yeah, that was what was wrong with Briar, right?
Yeah,
it's like your aggro was rewarded with the best defense in the game.
Yeah, Fi still has a decent amount of armor, but like It's not like this. It's not quite as fridgy as that, and it allotted so many 2-blocks.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see that it's like, okay, yeah, you do have to decide are you trading those 2 blocks for offensive cards or not?
I agree with that. I think it's a cool mechanic to play with that you have cards that penalize you for blocking with attacks, because hero and also strategies that penalize you for playing super redlined, which is the ice control element. Because if not, then you could see the like Lightning Briar reality of 0 cost, go again, red cards, just play your hand out every time,
easy
being the way to do it. But because that's not true, I think Fi does get penalized for being light on blues and a lot of the 0 cost. It's an ice match, it's in this, it's like I only have attacks to block with, so you kind of create this all these strings that are attached everywhere in the game, and then it just seems very difficult with what's out there to have a hero that just is good into all of it at this point.
Kind of how it should feel, right?
Yeah, and even like if you actually look back and think about it from a design perspective, it's kind of funny to think about. Briar comes out with Oldhim, so you get your first ice hero, but presumably they're also testing at that point Icelander, and
probably
start of the show.
Maybe this stuff.
100% start of the show. Fi might be around. And you just start realizing, like, I get where even Briar was coming from, or Chain, like, but at the same time, in the vacuum that was existing at that point, it's a little different.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's super tough. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thank you for hanging out with us on a fabulous Tuesday.
Also, if you're going to be in France at the Pro Tour, say hello. I'll be there.
Oui. Sans bleu.
And we is yes, right? Yes.
You're ready.
Yeah, I'm so ready.
Zach Bunn does France.
A documentary.
Oui?
Yeah, oui? Bonjour. My southern French, just working on the accent. Anyways, if you're going to be there, definitely say hi. It'll be a good time. And then I'll be on that Flake show later this week, recording it tonight.
Is anyone going to be Pro Blitz on that show?
There are Pro Blitz players on. I think he split it down the middle.
Good.
Half and half.
Good.
It'll be good to get some very different perspectives too.
Yeah.
Because if I don't like something, I at least like hearing someone liked it. Like anytime I run into any human on the planet that liked episode 9 for Star Wars, it's actually good for me. It's like, you enjoyed it. That's awesome. I don't hate that you loved it. I'm glad someone enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm excited to see what wins in France, honestly.
That's right.
It's a wide open meta.
Well, hey, hop into our Discord. Anybody who wants to follow along with Flesh and Blood in this kind of a fashion, kind of casually watch some games. I'm sure a lot of people will be streaming the France stuff. And we'll have we'll probably have a thread on it in our Discord, so you can join that. And it's just a great place for FAB anyway, so it's also a reasonable thing to do. And then it would be foolish to not mention, of course, we have, anyone who doesn't know, our Flesh and Blood Booster Box subscriptions are down to map prices, so 80% off. We just looked at the market after Uprising and said, this seems like the reality of where retailers are putting this product, so we're going to do the same. So we put it down at map. It's like 76, 79. I would do that wrong. $79. Exclusive promo, which is phenomenal. They have done such a good job. Legistory has been super kind to us on the promo front, and they do all the artwork for that, and they get it commissioned, and it's alternate art, and it always looks phenomenal. So you get one of those per booster box. You can check that out if you'd like. Thanks so much for being here. And we'll see you not next week, but I assume the week after that.
I'm gone that week.
The week after that.
Yeah.
Where Zach will give his French...
My recap of France.
The French...
in French.
What is that? Isn't there a movie that... There's the Italian Job. Isn't there a French something?
Surely.
French... There's a French movie. It's like French is in the name. Anyway, take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.